Welcome to Only in America, your hard-hitting, no-holds-barred source for combating liberal media bias and exposing the ignorance, hypocrisy, and lies of radical far-left-wing anti-American liberals. I'm your host, Mr. B. On this episode of Only in America, I have a special message for liberals. You liberals' hatred for President Bush has caused you to lose touch with reality and what will happen if you pull the troops out of Iraq. By pulling the troops out of Iraq, you give terrorists a massive foothold in Iraq as they roll over the fledgling government. By pulling the troops out of Iraq, you give the terrorists control of the drums of nuclear waste which was found early in the war. Perfect material for a dirty bomb. By pulling the troops out of Iraq, you don't end the war, you simply move it to American soil. You bring the troops home, the terrorists will follow. The liberals' hatred for President Bush comes at the sacrifice of national security. Harry Reid is even politicizing the war by saying how many seats they'll pick up simply because of the war. I don't care what party you're from. If you're considering voting for a liberal Democrat who has advocated pulling all our troops out of Iraq immediately, I hope you develop some common sense before November 2008. Because if Hillary, Obama, or Edwards is elected, I can promise you, you'll be in for a big wake-up call shortly after they take office. Remember what Giuliani said recently: if a Democrat's elected, we'll end up being on the defensive as our troops are brought home and terrorists regroup en masse in Iraq and start planning their next 9/11 to an even greater level. Remember that recently Hamas even stated, kill all Americans. They didn't say kill only Republicans, Christians, or conservatives. They said all Americans. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party, Blue Party, Liberal or Conservative, Christian or Atheist. If you're an American, Hamas wants you dead, period. Remember this in 08 when you go to the polls. You radical far-left anti-American liberals need to get your head on straight and friggin' get over your hatred. Remember, no outside terrorist attack has taken place on American soil since President Bush struck back at Al-Qaeda and attacked Iraq. And just this past week, a potential terrorist attack on Fort Dix was foiled. If you liberal clowns get into office, I believe that'll change. Your surrender and fallback plans will encourage the enemy, and then we'll have no choice but to be on the defensive. And I prefer to be on the offensive. For Only in America, I'm Mr. B. God bless President Bush, God bless our troops, and God bless America. And if that offends you, that's just tough. Do you have any comments, criticism, or hate mail for me? Bring it on. You can write me at onlyinamerica2008@yahoo.com. I promise I read every email I receive, and I may even read your email on a future episode.